After the ball is over, after this game is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
And we're on.
Hello. Welcome to Pinhook and Needles Podcast, episode 164.
And you guys don't get to see the goofiness that occurs right before the podcast.
Yeah. It's July 20th, 2015. It is a Monday.
And it is warm in here.
It is warm in here. Guess we'll keep this G-rated.
Ooh.
What? Yeah, I had this first. Yeah. Welcome to Pinhook and Needles Podcast, episode 164. It is Monday. It is approximately 2:45, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time. I'm not sure what time it is when you watch this, but we're glad to have you with us. I am Marlisha, also known as Lady Fernico, almost everywhere except where I'm not, where I'm Shadowlight.
Very good.
Shadowlight or Shadowlight 1, especially on writing sites.
My name is Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy, just about everywhere on the web.
Oh, I need some tea. I have chai tea in my mug.
I am currently, and
my Pinhook and Needles mug.
Whereas I've been drinking almost exclusively from my Franciscan Gypsy design.
If I do this right-handed, the faces go away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
am drinking. I blame Dan and Kay.
They can take the hit.
Peppermint tea. I hadn't thought of peppermint tea in a long time until they mentioned it. So this is my current poison of choice.
Yuck. No, not the teas. I hate it when I feel like there's something crawling on me.
There is.
What's in your mug? Let us know. We'd love to hear it. Our chatter thread, our What's in
your mug
chatter
thread
is great. Loving it. We do want to welcome all new returning viewers. We want to thank you for joining or rejoining us. We're glad you decided to spend some time with us. Mm-hmm. We have some members who have officially joined us, because I cannot quite figure out a better way to say that. We have
who have joined the Ravelry group.
Yeah, but I like officially better. Officially. I like it officially. I like it officially better.
You officially like officially better.
Yes.
Officially.
Officially. Diana Pierce, 21. I think she's Diana, but it doesn't say, so welcome Diana Pierce, 21. Ellie, who is Angela, welcome. And it's not Ellie, it's Ellie. I love that. It's so cute. I see our little girl from CCD, little Ellie.
You see, I was thinking of, remember that weird wood carving type movie where he had the battle cry that was his name? What was it?
Oh, yeah, you're talking about Joaquin!
That's right.
If you haven't seen...
was it called Day of the Dead?
Day of the Dead or something like that. It's a cartoon, and it's... Well, we'll have to figure out what the name is, but Heidi would like it.
Yes.
I think. Heidi Undead Yarn would like it. But, let me just write this down. Heidi, I'm sorry. Okay. We also want to welcome J. Renee 73, who is Janine. Welcome, Janine. And I'm not sure if this La Joya girl or if it's actually La Joya girl, who is Nancy. So however you say that, Nancy, tell us which way it is. Welcome aboard.
I'm going to say La Joya girl because otherwise.
I am too, because La Joya sounds cool.
Yeah.
But if it's not, that's cool too. But welcome, Nancy, and let us know how you prefer to have us address you that way. We have Mama Hicks, who doesn't have a name, so we're just calling her Mama Hicks right now. Welcome, Mama Hicks. Knitting Safari, another one who we couldn't find a name, but we say welcome to Knitting Safari. Mm-hmm. Basically, Benita, who is Benita, and she has the Fiber Pusher podcast and Rav group on Ravelry. I have subscribed to it. I have joined the group. I have not yet had a chance to watch it, but I'm sure it's super. She seems very talented based on what she's put in the introduction thread. We have Little Forker, who is Denise. That's such a cute little name. Little
yes,
Forker.
it is.
Welcome, Denise. Jane Arrow, who is Jane. Welcome, Jane. And Tang Lust, who is Linda, and I saw that, I was like, somebody likes Tang.
They're lusting some Tang.
So welcome
Linda,
all
do you
of you.
lust for Tang?
Welcome all of you. We're glad to have you with us. It's very exciting to see the numbers creep up.
Yes.
Especially now that we're working on the 500-member giveaway. So it's exciting. We're glad to see all of you. And if you're still in the shadow, please feel free to
In
join
the
us.
shadow? There's only one shadow?
There's only one shadow. The only shadow that counts.
And the shadow knows.
And the shadow knows. But anyway, we do want to thank you for joining officially. And if you are in the shadows, please feel free to join us so you can join the Cows and be eligible for prizes and giveaways and things like that. And pop into threads. We'd love to hear from you. We're doing the cardiac read-along.
First, we're doing the needlers.
What?
It's not the needlers. That's what they call them at the hospital.
Oh, right.
The baby hat drive. Received the first baby hats from y'all. These, I believe, were made by Robin.
Hank's mom?
Hank's mom, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they're so cute. You can see this on the Ravelry thread, but they're so cute.
Thank you very much. Hand.
Jimena will help us. My husband.
Oh, you brought Jimena with you. That's
my
good.
husband is an artist, so when he wants.
This is his baby doll.
This is Jimena. And
because I would have been Jimena when I was born, almost.
She, actually, you were almost Adriana. The next girl was going to be Jimena.
Oh, I'm so glad I wasn't Adriana. Not against people who are named Adriana, but that's not me.
Anyway, my husband's an artist, and he uses this when he does paintings of people with babies.
Because I would have been called like Audrey or something by people at work because
you can't stop it.
No, they would have done something weird and funky with it.
So you can see how well the hats fit.
Yes. Look at that.
Okay.
That's one.
And you can see her on my webpage with other hats that I've made. And yes, this is a female doll.
Oh, look at that.
Because my husband apparently cannot get away from females. Oh, that's cute. Reminds me of Gilligan.
That looks adorable.
It looks like a knit pattern too, so that's cute.
I think these are all knits.
I think they're all the same in the same bundle.
Look at that.
Isn't that
look at
the little knob. Humana says don't do that. Okay.
We don't need to support this baby's head.
Well, we really should. I mean, really, we should.
And this is our other co-host, apparently.
She's going back up here where she can be comfortable. I'll show off other things. So thank you very much, Hank's mom, for
very awesome.
Hats. They are amazing, and
I'm
I know
hoping to drop them off at work when I get off of work on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, so that's really cool. All right.
Really cool. Ghoul. It's ghoul, man.
Ghoul, man. Far out. Okay.
So is that like what monsters say instead of cool? Is that it's ghoul?
Yeah, they're ghoul, man. I think that's what they did in Hotel Transylvania. Actually.
It sounds like something would do. Or one of Davina's teeny bopper books.
Yeah. This one's that too loud. She won't ever read books again. Because they're teeny bopper books.
But she likes teeny bopper.
She does. Just don't tell her that they're teeny bopper.
I don't think she'd get offended by that.
I don't know. I don't want to try it. Okay, read along.
Okay, sip of tea first.
Okay, this is the, we are we've started.
This is our second annual.
Is it only second annual? Yeah, I guess it's
only our second annual cardiac read-along. And we're in actually the second week of the cardiac read-along. Well, it might be the third week because we podcasted right after it started, but it was the Autism Awareness Prizes week.
Right, and it had already started by 3 days. So it's probably about 3 weeks. Today is the 20th, so it's close to 3 weeks. Some lovely projects.
From July 1st until, yes, very lovely projects. From July 1st until September 30th, we are knitting with something red. It doesn't have to be the entire project, just a significant amount of red. And if red's not your thing, maybe you can make something red for someone else,
or with red in it that's significant.
Yes.
Even baby hats, if you want to.
I was about to say, if you want to make a baby hat or
give it to charity or send it to us or whatever, red is a fun color to work with. There's a lot of potential, but I know not everybody.
And it doesn't have to be a big project.
Like they say for us when we do Pinktober because we don't like pink.
and neither of us like pink, and we're co-hosting Pinktober
because we love we love Denise and we think the cause or the cause worthwhile.
Now, thankfully, we have little Miss Thing over here who loves pink.
Yes. So anything pink that we don't want to keep goes to her. Because she's knitworthy.
Yes, she is. She's very knitworthy. But running from July 1st to September 30th, significant amount of red. Whips and FOs count for prizes. You post one whip picture per project per week and one FO picture per project, regardless as to whether or not you already posted a whip project.
Right, because we had someone who wasn't quite sure. If you post a whip project of a red ball on Monday and you finish it Wednesday, you can post that same ball finished on Wednesday. So you can have your finished object and your whip that week. Because somebody had asked me about that on the thread. I forget who it was.
Good thing you saw it. I
answered her. Okay, we do have prizes.
We do have prizes, and they are awesome ones. First of all, we have co-hosts.
Oh, that's right, we do have co-hosts. How can we possibly forget our co-hosts? We have lovely co-hosts.
All of them, even the male one.
Even the male one. Kenneth is lovely.
Kenneth, you are gorgeous.
He is.
Sorry,
he's
Kenneth.
so cute.
So we have Tanya Maria, the Sampler Girl Project. The Sampler Girl podcast. She might feel like she's a project sometimes.
We love you, Tanya.
And she has an audio. Don't sit up.
I just saw. We love you, Miss Hannigan.
She has both an audio and a video podcast.
That are separate, actually. I mean, she does have audio on her video as well.
Yes. It's not like she's doing miming.
Are you, Tanya?
And then she adds the audio on top of it. It's really an impressive thing, like an old-time movie. Anyway.
She has the piano. What is it? Da, 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 da.
I have a project!
For those of you who don't know what we're talking about the Little Rascals. Da, 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 da. I do too! I can't remember all the music. Davina would know it a lot better, but
yes.
It's really funny. If you haven't seen Little Rascals,
if you haven't seen silent movies in general, they would play music, and then they showed a picture, and then they play music again, and you'd see a caption of what they were saying. So,
and in the early talkies, like they were saying how the kids could never remember their lines, so they'd have these great big pauses with these little like, I don't want to go to school today, or whatever it is, and they'd have just the one line, and then they'd do something else. But we digress.
But anyway, very much digress. Tanya, you're not a silent movie podcast.
You might be a rascal.
We'll have to ask her mom about that one.
Where's Rascal back here? Where's Rascal?
He's got a baby.
Back there.
He
is a rascal.
And we talked about Kenneth, who's another host, co-host of this Cardiac Ride-Along. The ever lovely Kenneth.
Yes. Who's got a couple of very nice projects.
Yes.
You should check out his color work mittens. They are absolutely
I don't think I've seen them yet.
They are amazing.
I'm a couple behind Kenneth because I'm a bum.
Mm-hmm.
I got really behind at one point. I forget what I think I wasn't in a mood for watching podcasts 1 week. And when you miss 1 week, you get horribly behind.
Yeah, I'm all caught up with most people, I think, but I'm not quite caught up.
So I'm caught up with some and not caught up with others. I watch people according to my moods.
Mm-hmm. But Kenneth is always up there for me. I always watch him pretty close to the top.
I'm watching, I think I have 2 more to watch. So I'm almost caught up.
Well, you were really behind, though.
I was super behind. And then our third host is Packing Knits and the Packing Knits Design Group.
And she is not a podcaster, but she does have a group.
And she does have prizes.
She does have prizes, and she has developed a colorway that she is
donated for a prize as well.
Oh, that's right. She did. Well, we'll get to that in a second. But she's donating for a prize, but she's also pre-order selling it, and all the proceeds. Excuse me. I believe all the proceeds are going to Mayo Clinic.
All or a portion of.
I'm not sure how much. I think it was all, but I'm not sure. But we do have prizes.
Yes, but you can also dip wherever you want with it.
Right.
We don't care as long as you follow the rules of whatever group you're dipping in.
And you're a member of the group.
That usually is a part of following the rules.
You would think.
You think. But make sure you read the rules before posting in each group.
Right.
We talked about the Hearts of Flutter yarn.
That she did donate a skein.
Oh, you have your choice of fingering and yarn and worsted for that.
Right.
There's a drop-down menu.
When you pre-order it.
Boom. Yeah.
When you pre-order it.
I think she sent us fingering.
She sent us fingering weight, 1 skein for a price, which we're very thankful for. Okay.
Also during the cardiac read-along, if you buy any of my patterns, all the proceeds will be going to the American Heart Association. And I always go on and on about the American Heart Association. They're awesome. They provide great education for both healthcare professionals. And this is what I do with my hands when I'm emphatic.
Because she has to salute you.
I salute you with the wrong hand. But I can't think when I'm not with my hand.
We're half Italian. What can we say? Well, I'm half Italian. She's a quarter Italian.
Yes. Cardiac read-along. Oh, yeah. Portion of my patterns during this time period, not portion, all of them, go to
American
Heart Association, which is a very awesome organization, which provides great education.
But you can't remember the name.
Well, I remembered, and then you derailed me, and it's all your fault. I
did not, in fact.
Derailer. Prizes. We have a pattern at the value of $10 or less to 3 different winners from True Canuck Girl. A $10 pattern for 1 winner from Victorian Studios. Knitting needles from Liz Knit Wiz 47. And I know I have a message. I think I have a message from you, Liz, but I had to check.
She's getting to it. She's getting to everything.
Mom and I will each be donating a knit red pattern book and a crochet red pattern book. And there's some awesome patterns.
Not 2. I'm doing 1. She's doing the other. 3 guesses which one is which.
Now, it's not as easy as it used to be.
No, it's not.
There is one of our members, and I forget which one did this project. They did an awesome bag with hearts on it, and it wasn't color work. It was like a part of the.
It's beautiful, yeah.
Oh my gosh, so lovely! And apparently, it's in the Knit Red book, which I own.
Yes.
So
I may borrow it.
Eventually, I may be starting that.
And then there's another one who. I don't know what her name is, and I don't know if she's a member of the group. I did talk to her over on Kenneth's read-along thread. She posted a link to someone. I don't know if she's still doing the kits or not, but it's a sock, and it has like EKG and the hearts and all this kind of stuff.
Cool.
And it's really cool. It's a knitted thing. They had a kit. I don't know if they're still doing the kit, but the pattern is there. And just pop over to Kenneth's Turbo Knitter 64's group. Turbo Knitter.
It's the Turbo Knitter 64.
But the podcast group, it's the Turbo Knitter, right?
Turbo Knitter, yeah.
So go there and check the cardiac thread out if you're interested in that sock, because it is awesome. If I had better skills, I would do it. If I had better schools, I would do it.
If you were schools, you would do it.
Okay, what else?
Oh, and the crochet and knit red books also have like tips about heart health, cardiac health, or cardiac health, as I like to call it,
and recipes and all that kind of stuff.
Recipes, tips, etc. We also have been donated, or will be donated, stitch markers from Naughty Hookin, who is also known as Cupcake Crochet.
Jenny.
Jenny. And she's donated 1 set that's knitting, 1 set that's crocheting.
Which is very nice.
Yes. She makes them. We talked about the Hearts of Flutter yarn. Fiber Nymph will be donating her red and black inversible set. And she mentioned our cow on her podcast.
It's so exciting. She mentioned us on her podcast. I think I had a little bit of a fangirl.
Yeah, you totally had a little fangirl moment.
Yes. I hadn't known about her podcast, but I knew of her.
Yes.
And so it was kind of exciting.
I'd heard of 90% Knitting before. I hadn't made the connection between that and Fiber Nymph.
I just heard about her yarn and stuff. I didn't know she had a podcast. I just knew that I think Caffeinated Knitting sometimes talks about her. And but I'm not sure her and Allie talk about her.
I just didn't make the connection between 90% Knitting and Fiber Nymph Dye Works.
Yeah. But
I'd heard of both for a long time.
In any event, it was exciting.
Indeed.
And this is... Go ahead.
This is from Mama C.
Yes, Christina, who is Mama C. Hers came in just before the podcast.
Be careful not to show any addresses.
Yeah, I won't. It's in backwards.
Yeah.
She sent us a skein of yarn. It's
kind of stuck in there.
Yeah. the package kind of got demolished when we tried to open it because it was, but everything's okay.
It's actually quite lovely.
It is beautiful. Tie-dye socks, 100 grams, 80% superwash wool, 20% nylon.
I love that combination. Hang on,
430 some odd yards. Beautiful
Look
colors.
at that. The brown and this sort of
it's not
maroonish,
it's not
pinkish purple and blue.
My colors, but I think I would love this for a shawl or something.
I think it's gorgeous.
It's very pretty. And I'm looking, and when I looked at it, at first when I said Ty, I said, oh, that's pretty. I'm glad we're giving it away for a prize. And I'm looking at it like, oh, maybe we should not. It's so pretty.
It's very pretty.
It grows on you. It reminds me of chocolate.
It's it's yummy.
And then she did something in here that we didn't expect, and that is, we were very grateful. Mm-hmm. She sent us a nice little card, and in the card was a donation to help us to offset our shipping expenses, which we really appreciate.
Yes, thank you so much.
Sometimes our prizes, we have a lot of prizes because we have such generous people, and we love giving them out, but we do appreciate the donation because it helps us to offset some of that cost.
Yes.
So thank you very, very much for both the prize and the donation for the podcast, and we have had others offer. I want to say that this is the first one we've received, and we want to say thank you so much. Very much appreciated.
Very much, thank you.
Okay. Okay. Do you have facts? Fun facts.
Fun facts for this week. I think. Let's see. Last time, what did I talk about? I talked about risk factors, didn't I? I kind of talked all over the board last week. Any fun facts that we do give? Normal disclaimer in place, does not replace seeing your doctor if you are concerned about something.
Right.
I guess maybe talk about symptoms this week, because I don't think we really hit upon that.
And how they differ from male to female?
Yes. The most common thing that you see in movies is the guy clutching at his chest, who then falls to the ground. That is, the clutching at your chest is the classic symptom, but not everyone gets the classic symptoms. For one thing, it depends on what area of the heart that you get your cardiac arrest, your heart attack. If the way it was explained to me is that your heart kind of works in zones, and you'll get your symptoms based on what zone. If it's in I forget which part, but if it's in a certain area of the heart, you'll get more gastric symptoms. If it's in a certain area of the heart, you'll get the typical chest pain. It all depends on where the blood flow is blocked.
That makes sense, because if you have something with your brain, what area of the brain it is will determine what your symptoms are.
Yes.
Excuse me.
So that's why different people get different symptoms. Also, another contributing factor to that is if you're female, and if you're diabetic. If you're diabetic, you usually do not get the classic symptoms. With diabetes, you don't have the greatest blood flow a lot of times anyway. So your symptoms just aren't going to be the same. You get silent heart attacks. And the same thing with women. For whatever reason, women's heart attacks oftentimes present differently. I'm not sure if we just tend to get them in different areas of the heart or what it is. But
well, your great aunt, when she was having a physical, was sitting on the table, and the doctor said, "You're having a heart attack." Mm-hmm. I mean, she wasn't.
And a lot of times for women, you just feel more tired. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm more tired than I normally am. Or you might get a little short of breath. Or my stomach's bothering me. It's usually some other...
And we're not saying that if you have that,
No. But if something bothers you and you're not sure what it points to, you see your doctor. Mm-hmm. Do I do this? No.
No, she doesn't. I have to drag her by the skin of her hair and her teeth.
But I'm also...
knows it all.
In my 20s, and I'm a nurse, and nurses are terrible.
And you feel free, when we open the thread, to yell at her. Valeria, loudly.
So, with women, symptoms do not, women and diabetics, symptoms do not present the same as you see classically with men. There are, however, if a man has a heart attack in a different area of the heart, they may not have the classic symptoms either. What are the classic symptoms? left-sided chest pain, elephant sitting on the chest, pain down the left arm. But, like I said, it can feel like acid reflux. It can feel like just about anything. So if you are having symptoms that you're not really sure, I'm not sure where this is coming from, get checked out. It doesn't hurt. Especially if you have a family history or a personal history of cardiac issues. How do we check these things? If you are a woman or a diabetic or a male having non-classic symptoms, blood work and an EKG. EKG is where it's usually 12 lead. They'll stick stickers.
What's EKG?
Hang on. Electrocardio. Basically what it is, I'm not going to go through because I actually think EKG might be in German or something like that.
Oh, really? I know they call it the electrocardiogram, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that the actual...
Yeah.
Anyway, electrocardiogram. No. Yeah, electrocardiogram. Yeah. EKG. It gives you an electric picture of your heart, basically. And I don't mean it draws your heart for you, for those who are not familiar with it. You know on TV where you see someone having the
lungs. Don't draw on my list. Where it goes beep, 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 right?
When you see that, that's what normal looks like. And then you'll see it on TV, they'll flatline and they'll start doing CPR. You don't do CPR when someone flatlines. There's no electrical activity.
Not even residual?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. You see people shocking. You do CPR when you flatline. You don't shock when you flatline. They'll say, "Oh, shock them." You don't shock when someone flatlines. There's nothing to shock. You gotta start the electrical activity with the CPR, and then you can shock. Sorry, I misspoke earlier. But you do not shock with flatline, unlike TV always tells you.
It's dramatic.
Yeah.
Dramatic life.
Well, they also still think that you use the paddles, like we discussed last time. No one uses paddles anymore. It's stickers. But I don't know. Maybe some small hospitals still use paddles.
Or third world or something.
Right. But anyway, stickers.
Excuse me, and I don't mean that derogatorily. I mean
no, the equipment.
They don't have the money yet to get the equipment.
But anyway, EKG. You get stickers to draw at that view of what the heart's doing. What it's showing is the first little bump is the top part of your heart squeezing blood into the bottom part of your heart. And then the big tower thing, which is the QRS complex, is the bottom part of your heart squeezing the blood into the rest of your body. And then that third little bump is actually what it looks like when your heart relaxes. So that gives us an idea of how your heart's working, and people are trained to read exactly what those symbols are saying when they look different. So that's one way of telling if someone has a heart attack. There's different ways that can look. What I drew there is what a normal looks like. There's different ways that abnormal can look like that I'm not going to go into as much detail here unless someone really, really wants to know. The other way
is a knitting podcast. So
yeah. And finally, one of the other ways they usually check if they think that someone might be having a heart attack is they do blood tests, and it's usually a set of 3 or 4 every 4 hours. And if those come back elevated, then they'll ship you off to get a cardiac catheterization where they go through an artery and they check into your heart and see what's going on in there.
Not too much detail here, please.
I
get queasy.
If your cardiac levels aren't elevated, they do a stress test to see if there's maybe some blockage. They don't do stress tests if they actually think you've had a heart attack because they don't want to make it worse. But if they don't think you've had a heart attack, but there might be some concern for you having one in the future, they might do a stress test. And I think that might be enough for now.
Yeah.
We can maybe go more into
blood pressure and
all that later.
Excuse me, I don't mean to keep coughing. If you have earbuds,
if you have any questions, ask me. A lot of what I'm telling you is just off the top of my head type stuff. And if anything doesn't sound quite right, ask me. It might have been something that, like me mistakenly saying CPR, you don't do it flatline. You do CPR with flatline. You just don't do shocking with flatline.
Okay, what's next?
The projects.
Mm-hmm.
How many do you have?
1, 2, 3. Whoops, 1, 2. I think I have 6. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that it? Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
You go first then.
Okay. Well, I'm going to show 2 of them at once because there's not much to show. In the Kissing Bunnies bag by Floverbird, design in progress. It's been in progress for a while. It'll continue to be in progress. It has been fun and enjoyable and much loved. Bunny drop. Whoa. In the Silver Shed USA Froggy's bag, another design. That's all I'm going to say about that.
That's all she's going to say about that. Okay, and?
I thought that was enough.
That gives you 8 to my 6. Yeah, no, that gives you 7 to my 6.
Well, then I can do one after you're done. There we go.
Yeah. Alright, let's see here. Okay, I got a little bit in my Silver Shed USA extra large Star Wars symbols bag. I love this bag. Is my sweater, my colonial blue sweater from the beginner carding, and I actually remembered to bring the book this time. By Shannon Mullet-Bowlesby. Okay. Excuse me. I really can't help this in my throat. I did a little progress on this. It's not going as fast as I'd like, but I had a lot of things going on. You can see my progress doohickey at I'll cut it in the center there, not at the top, the center there.
Right there.
So I made some progress. I like working this. It makes me happy because I don't have to really think about it. I just have to be careful about what row I am. I have to get a clicker. Okay, I need to get a clicker that actually hooks onto the project, so when I physically turn it around, I have to click it. You know what I'm saying? Because I fully intend to mark my rows, but I always forget. I'm using Cascade 220 Sport, which was given to me. It was yarn support from Cascade, and I'm enjoying working with that. It doesn't split so much now. I don't know if I finally got used to how it works, or I just know how to kind of work around the looser ply, but I do like the yarn. It's very easy on the hands, and the definition of the stitches shows up.
Well,
really
Cascade
nice.
just does good yarn.
They do. I don't know if you can see the stitch definition. So, and yeah, I'm enjoying that. It's coming along.
And it matches your bag.
It matches my bag. Matchy. I was hoping to have it done by September, but we'll see.
So, the one I'm going to talk on will be the one that's kind of the compatriot to that one. It is my Scarlet Huntsman, which is I'm trying to find it in my notes. There it is. Cloaked Hood Hoodie pattern by Shannon Mullet-Bowlesby.
In that same book.
Same book. And I'm using Knit Picks Capretta in the colorway Wine, and this was also yarn support. Didn't get a ton done, but I got some done. This is fingering weight yarn and an E-hook. So this is where I was at the last podcast. So everything from that purple up was what I've done.
And I was using an F-hook on mine.
So,
excuse me. Did you say you did work on this or not?
I did.
Yeah, it looks very nice. It's going to be a nice ribbing to it.
So,
yeah, I have to move my doohickey when I stop podcasting. I do keep meaning to add I have both your dog and my dog that was given to us by...
Oh, yeah. I don't think you gave me mine.
No, I said I have it. I drew a complete blank. Jody, what is your knitting dog? I think is her name. I can't remember. But she knows that we are very grateful, and I have to put mine on and give her hers so she can put hers on.
This is in my Silver Shed Kitties and News bag.
That's a 2X.
Yes.
Okay.
As is the other one.
Yeah. My next one is my Hopes and Dreams shawl pattern. I think it's in here. Let's see. It is. This is my Knitting's My Bag, one of her earlier, to me, large bags, one of the first ones I ordered from her, for sweater size. Which they're a little bit larger now, but and I call it Monet, but it's Sarah, I think. And I did a little bit of work on this, maybe about 4 or 5 rows. It takes me about 15 minutes to get across this. I'm a slow knitter and small needles and small yarn. But there it is. The blue is showing up really well. You're not seeing much of the greens. This is a really beautiful yarn. It's Gourmet Stash. It's a Mistake yarn. I have 2 skeins of this Mistake yarn. She only had 2 of them. I took them both from the Shenandoah Valley Fiber Festival last year, and I'm really enjoying this. It's nice to work with. The yarn is very nice to work with, and the project is not difficult. I'm enjoying it. It's all garter stitch. I'm using size 3 needles, 3.25 millimeter, and I think I'm on a 32-inch cord. It's probably a little big for what I'm doing right now, but that's okay. It'll fill up pretty soon. Like this very much. I'm enjoying my knitting.
Well, speaking of garter stitch projects, do that back where it belongs. Next one I'm going to talk about, I haven't worked on in a while, is Corazon, which is my Yowzit Weighted Shawl 3 by Susan B. Anderson. I'm using Miss Babs Yowzit Weighted Skein in the colorway Gotta Love Me. And I'm maybe going to use 2 skeins to try and make a larger shawl. I'm making this for the Cardiac Ride-Along and for the Bakery Bears Patrons Only favorite color.
Oh, and that's what I'm making my blue shawl for, is the Bakery Bears. I need to get a move on it.
And this will not be finished in time, but
neither will mine, probably.
I like this because it has like varying degrees of red.
Mm-hmm.
The really pretty bright red.
It's not showing up as bright as it is. Pretty close.
With some darker red that almost looks like black. And it makes me think of heart tissue.
Makes me think of black cherries.
Makes me think of cardiac heart tissue.
That's because you're weird.
Yes.
And ghoulish.
Remember, ghoulish is ghoul, man.
Cool, man. Yeah.
So that's it on this one.
Okay, this is in my Knitting's My Bag, medium-sized French ladies bag. That you can't even see the tea stain anymore. Excuse me.
Yeah, she spilled tea on it on the podcast.
Yeah.
Did you do it on the podcast?
No, just before.
Just before? Okay.
Yeah. This one, I fixed one of my errors. Noticed that when I was working on it earlier today, noticed that I had made a mistake, and I fixed it, and then I noticed that it still wasn't working right, so I went back and couldn't find the stitch, so Ty's going to have to help me just fix that one stitch. But it's come along a little bit. I didn't do a lot of work on this because I had other things I was working on, and I don't have a doohickey to mark my progress for this one, but this is for the read along as well. That's coming along, and I'm about ready to change to another skein. And I'm doing this on size 10.5, which is a 6.5 millimeter. I'm using Knit Picks Bravo worsted yarn in red. And I've been working on this for about a year because I think I started it last year, maybe.
No, I don't remember.
No, I don't think I did it last year. I don't know. Whenever Tanya Marie started hers, or she was finishing up hers, I started mine because I thought, oh, that's cool, I can do that. And I can, but I just keep
not finishing
getting
it.
distracted. So I'll ask Tanya for some help with that later.
Okay. So, next one will be the Horse Blanket Shawl, which is the Gaskell pattern by Sora. Sarah Jordan. I'm using Brown Sheep Lamb's Pride worsted in the colorway Charcoal Heather. And let me see this way. It's not going to show all the way.
It's getting big.
It is quite large.
It's pretty.
And I still have quite a while before I close up that. Yes.
Miles and miles to go before you sleep.
I would love to have this done so I could use it, but it's taking longer than anticipated. Not because it is. I hadn't anticipated. I thought it'd be so much faster once I got to decreases. You only decrease like every 4 rounds. So it's taking its time.
Oh no.
And this is a heavy yarn, and for whatever reason, I'm not sure why, my wrist still sometimes hurt a little bit if I work this one too long.
Right.
Without support. So, and that doesn't usually happen with me with knitting. It's just this particular project.
Be careful you don't catch that.
Yeah, it's fine. It's probably a little big for this bag, but
yeah, because that's only an extra large, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's my nursing caps, silver shed.
Okay.
And someone asked about that particular bag on the threads, and I hope you saw the link that I sent you. She still has some in her shop.
Yeah. And if she doesn't, ask her. She might still have the fabric or be able to get it.
Well, she had it in the shop when I linked it.
Yeah. She's very good about working with you.
Yes.
Okay. And that's Ann Brody from Silver Shed USA.
Yes. I don't think she's on Ravelry.
No, I haven't been able to find her.
I have not been able to find her.
Okay. My next project is one that I pulled out of mothballs. This is my Knitting's My Bag more recent sweater size bag. The Sea Turtles, which I love. I got this about the time that Lemnet Crochet was doing her whatever that thing was for her friend, for a fundraiser. And this is my Twister the Turtle. See, Allison, I brought Twister back. Twister the Turtle. He is from the Timmy the Timid Turtle pattern by Franciscan Gypsy Designs. I have the legs done, and I have this much done on the shell.
Yeah, for some reason I thought you were farther than you were.
Well, I'm not pushing it with the DK.
I just couldn't remember how far you were.
And I've been working on other things. So this is my turtle. This is my Twister, the turtle. And that's how much I've got done on him, plus the legs. And I don't have the head yet. I decided when I started this, I had started with the head, and it was giving me trouble because I couldn't pay attention, focus. I wanted to see, what it was is I wanted to see the shell.
Yeah, when she picked it up, she was in a mood for the shell.
So that's what I wanted. So I did the legs and I started the shell. I'm having fun with this. I'm using a F-hook, a 3.5, and I'm using, let me see here. Oh, I don't have my yarn here, but this is that yarn bee, baby bee or whatever.
It's the baby bee, yeah.
Baby bee. And I don't know what the colorway is. It's in my show notes, in my on my project page. So, yeah, and I'm having fun with this. I like making Timmy. He's fun. So
he is fun. There we go. Speaking of Timmy, GI Turtle, which is my 4th Timmy I've worked. So my Timmy the Timid Turtle pattern.
I'm not too far behind you. I'm on my 3rd.
And my design, I'm using knit picks. Oh, no, I'm not using knit picks.
No, you're using yarn bees.
Oh, I know. I use knit picks for the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm using Baby Bee, Sweet Delight, and the colorways Baby Sage, Baby Camo, and Baby I'm sorry, it's just chocolate. So
that looks pretty. You can hide in the desert tortoise.
He's turning out quite well.
He is.
He's getting closer and closer.
You have to see Kenneth's is so cute.
I'm not there yet. I can't wait to see it.
It's got all these colors.
So, this one will be going on the table for the pregnancy center during a church fair, and I need to contact them probably sooner rather than later.
Yeah. I need to contact the person again who wanted to buy my turtle, because I have a box now, so just need to work out the details.
Yes, because I had to order a bunch of fiber film. It came in a box. It's a perfect size for a turtle.
Yeah. Okay, my next project is one that was not in the works. This is my the Dark Night scarf, and I'm just kind of making it up for my own head. And what I'm doing is I'm using the leftover yarn that I had, the Heartland yarn that I had for Rascal, that I didn't use. And it's kind of a play on the words because I don't spell it Dark Knight like Batman, but it's just because I don't have any yellow in this. Mm-hmm. So it's called the Dark Knight Scarf. And
although, more recent Batmans do not have yellow.
Well, maybe I'll put the Dark Knight that way anyway.
Because actually the bat symbol is just black against there. Actually, even in Hush, if you read Hush.
Right.
It's just a more modern take on it.
Well, maybe I'll keep it that way because I had it that way the first time. But this is my, well, that's the back. Here you go. And that's where I'm at so far.
So are you doing 2 colors?
I'm doing 2 colors, black and gray. Mm-hmm. I'm using a 5.08 hook, and this is Heartland yarn in the Great Smoky Mountain Black Canyon colorway. And that's basically what that's going to be. It's however long I go with it. I'm having fun with this. Yeah. I've kind of been at loose ends. I didn't really want to work on stuff that I was already doing.
She wanted to cast on all the
things, do something else. So, but this is my own pattern, so it's not difficult. It's just I'm not doing a straight stitch pattern here. That's what I'm doing, if I remember correctly. Maybe I am. I'm trying to figure this out. No, I'm not. Okay, that's right. I should have put my notes somewhere. I might have.
Yes, you probably should have written down what you're doing.
But I'll figure it out. It's not that hard. I just go back 3 stitches and see what I'm doing.
So.
Oh, hold on. This is in my this is my bag, Kikiboo bag that Ty gave me for Christmas / because I still tee out my other bag, and this is a medium Kikiboo, and I love it.
Yes,
my owls.
She was very upset about spilling on the bag, and it was just the excuse I needed to give it early. All that glitters. I was surprised I actually worked on this. I haven't worked on this in a long time. This is the Hitchhiker pattern by Martina Baim. I just haven't felt like working on it. And I'm using Expression Fiber Arts Sparkle Sock Fingering in the colorway Joy to the World. And I have a red sparkle that I'll be adding when I run out of this yarn. So I can make this as large as I want.
That's pretty.
I did a couple teeth. And each tooth is about 8 rows. So
it's looking pretty.
I got about 16 rows done.
Snazzy. Very nice.
And the sparkliness doesn't necessarily come up, but it doesn't look nearly as pretty as it does in person. It's red with silvery and goldy and some sparkly, and it's kind of like stripey-ish.
It's almost pooling.
Almost, but a little more than...
It's very pretty.
It's lovely.
It's not showing up well. I mean, excuse me, it's not showing up very accurately.
So it's getting bigger. Getting bigger.
Yes,
all
that's
the
what
time.
I was thinking too. Yes. I'm not going to go there because right now my voice is too gunked up. Okay. In my Silver Shed USA large bag, my Winnie the Pooh, but especially Eeyore, I love Eeyore bag, that Davina got me for Christmas. Davina got me this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Or Mother's Day she got it for, not Christmas.
I can't remember what she got it for you.
I can't show you this. I am working on a design, and I can't show it to you. I am making the design in Heidi Undead Yarns.
Pretty.
It's the Atlantis colorway. 801010 MCN. She gifted this to me a while back, and I didn't know what to do with it, so finally I said I'm going to make my own pattern. This is how much I have left of the 400. I may have to order some more from her. I'm going to have to ask her to over-dye it, because she had to over-dye it for me to begin with.
Shade.
But it's really pretty. This is soft to work with. It's got cashmere in it. And I'm enjoying it. But I guess all I can say about that.
Okay. In my Kikiboo autism bag, by the way, Denise, I've had at least one coworker who does not knit who says she wants this bag.
This one. This one. Her bag.
She wants to see if you can make more because she wants to get one. So,
just so you know.
Just so you know, I know you're on vacation right now, and you probably aren't watching this. And
those pictures are fantastic.
Yes, they are. And when you come back, you'll be so far behind you won't watch this anyway.
She might watch the most recent one.
Maybe. I don't expect her to catch up. It's 3 weeks is a long time to be gone and miss a podcast.
Is she that long? I guess she is that long, isn't she? Yeah.
So, it's a boy. It's a swirl hat pattern by Mandy Harrington. It's a free pattern, which is always awesome.
And I'm glad to see a lot of those. Isn't that what you said Valeria was doing?
Using yarn bead walkaway sock wool nylon in the colorway heel to toe. And apparently this is a discontinued yarn.
Oh.
Although there are some, if people fall in love with this, there is some for sale on Ravelry in people's stashes.
Maybe not the same colorway.
No, it is the same colorway.
Oh, really? Okay, good. That's so cute.
So I have about an inch to go before I can start decreasing for the top of the head, and it stretches nicely. So
we mentioned Kandan, didn't we?
Oh yeah. And there we go. It has gotten some love.
Okay, so you have any more projects?
One more.
Okay.
Woof.
Stop knocking my toys over.
They're attacking me.
Creepy,
my creepy, cute llama plover bag.
Oh no.
Is my Fisherman's Cardigan, which is a Sarah pattern by Jennifer Hagen, and I'm using Barocco Comfort Chunky in the barley colorway. And I have him out there. I probably should measure again pretty soon, but I think I still have a few inches to go.
Pink, 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 pink.
Well, that's just to hold my stitches.
Pink. Very pretty.
So,
I love that.
It's still following its appropriate design. I'm being much more careful when I work on this. Because as much work as I'm putting into it, it's worth doing right.
Because other things aren't worth doing right?
Other things I can just do it at post. But I do need to focus on this because I'd like to have it done for fall. I've not been finishing that many knitted projects this year. I'm sure you guys have noticed. Usually I've already finished at least one sweater.
But how many sweaters can you have? Yeah.
Never enough. And I don't make as many sweaters for other people because it's hard to get people specific sizes unless you have them there to try it out, I find. Because there's little things like how long you like your sleeves and things like that. As you've heard me say a million times, I always lengthen my sleeves.
Right. And I like mine long, too. Longer, not as long as hers. But
I have from underarm to wrist, I usually have to do about 20 plus inches, like 20 to 22 inches, which is usually far larger than what they suggest, longer than what they suggest. So,
okay, FOs.
I have none.
Okay, I have some. Let me go with.
Is anyone shocked here that I do not have an FO?
In my bag that your friend cannot have, my Kiki Boo bag that I love, with this little Hope seated rubber pill.
Mine's getting all bent out of shape.
And mine gets bent too. There we go. There we go. Okay. I have a couple of hats. So come here, Jimena. You're going to model. Now,
when you're done, I'll take those hats from you.
Okay. Well, I have some more too.
Okay, well, I'll take all of them from you.
This one is my purple plum baby hat.
It's not on her head all the way.
Get her dressed properly. There she is. Her little purple plum baby hat. she's gonna be yo-yo in the hood. There we go. So there it is. That's the purple plum baby hat. And I think this might be my go-to pattern I like this a lot. It's really cute, and it only takes about an hour or two. So
Yeah, she got it done in 2 hours while watching TV.
And I was busy. I was jumping up and down. So that's the first hat. Now this hat,
Her 2 hours to my 2 weeks that I'm still working on my hat.
Katie, faithful knitter, was talking about this. This is supposed to be a baby hat. This is not a baby hat. Okay, now don't be scared, Hannah. It's so mean.
Mom, look, it's what's it called?
Yeah.
What's Extreme Slam 2-1?
The sockhead?
Sockhead. There, it's a sockhead hat.
But it doesn't fit on her head properly. Anyway, this will probably be a toddler hat. It's my gauge issue or what. I did a smaller hook. I did the yarn they said, and it came out like this. I know that Katie was saying she was having some difficulty with some of the patterns as well. So this one is a beautiful hat. It's a beautiful hat.
But not for a newborn.
But not for a newborn. So that's that. Okay, hey, minute, hold on. Now that you've been humiliated.
And frightened. Terrible.
Oh. I miss having little ones. Okay, so this one goes here. My last finished object, well, let me put this here, is the reason why I was able to start another toy, or pick up another toy.
Up. Here's Pigeon, who barely fits in the screen. She's a big girl.
Yes, she is. I finished Pigeon. Mine. All mine.
And it's funny, Mom and I stuff a little differently because mine end up taller and hers end up wider.
Yeah. So, Pigeon. I love Pigeon. It's cute.
She turned out really well.
Yeah.
And definitely Mom's colors.
Mine. Mine. Okay.
She makes poor Chance look like he's a shrimp.
Just wait till the smaller ones get done.
Well, they won't stay though.
So, yeah. So I finished. Those are all my FOs, and I enjoyed that immensely, which is why I'm trying to finish Twister.
So that takes us on to royalties.
Okay, royalties. We do not have any. Well, you have royalties, but do you want to do the podcast royalties?
Yeah,
first?
go ahead.
Okay, we told you already one that was very generous. This is from one viewer for the podcast.
Hang on, that's going to fall all over the place. Did she want to remain unnamed? I can't
No,
remember.
she didn't say anything.
Okay. As long as she doesn't say that, then we can name her.
There was no note in here, so if we did, we apologize in advance.
Now let's make sure it's not.
Yes. This is from Marriott.
Yep.
Right?
It is Marriott.
It is Marriott, isn't it?
It is Marriott.
Yeah, Marriott. Who I believe is Bella Fox?
No.
No.
Marriott is...
No,
No,
who is this from?
Marriott, Mom.
Not from Maine, for summer. Who is the one with the summer address?
That's Marriott, Mom. Maria Wilhelmina.
Make sure.
That's Marriott.
I'm pretty sure this is Marriott, but I want to make sure that I'm not misrepresenting who it's from, because
It's M.
yes, it is. But yeah, 'cause I think Maria's where or we are looking, which is why we're looking intently at you.
Yeah.
Maria. Okay, it is Maria Wilhelmina. She gave us a box of yarn. I mean, this is... She gave us bulky yarn. She gave us fingering weight yarn, which is absolutely gorgeous. This is Malabrigo. This is... And she told us we could have whatever we want, but this is Misty Alpaca. We're probably going to give you the majority, if not all, as prizes, because it's just so gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
This one I was really
And we have
hard-pressed.
many much gorgeous yarns we haven't.
If this wasn't a lace weight, it probably would not be going to you guys.
The funny thing is, that's like pink.
It is, but I love it's got like grays in it and stuff like that, which there are like, I don't know how many of these bulky ones. Knit Picks in the, I think this is fuchsia, this is Knit Sport Rouge.
Mm-hmm.
We have, I think we have two of these, kind of a mohair alpaca, I think.
Yeah.
Linen, kid mohair, and nylon. I never heard of that one, so.
And then we have this one here.
Yeah, and we have this one. And there may be more than one of some of these that we're showing you.
And this one is a couple.
So we have a lot of yarn from Marriott.
Yes.
We are
Very
very
generous.
appreciative of her generosity because this means you guys get more prizes.
Indeed.
And we're so excited about that. Both Marriott and
I can't think.
she just gave it to us today. I just showed it to
And you asked too quickly, and I'm sitting here like, the
Christina.
yes, Mama C.
Mama C. Oh, and this one was in there too. This is Nature Stone, which I've never heard of.
In Marriott's.
Marriott Stone. Yes, so we have a lot of prizes that we can't wait to give to you guys for different reasons. Whatever reason. Oh, that's my yarn. Okay. All right.
So, stash enhancements. I received from my favorite, one of my favorite stitch marker people, CJ Knits, some stitch markers.
Oh, neat.
And they are, I'll probably use these in my baby hats.
Did you pick up my owls?
It's owl with
Picked
little
up
brown
my
things.
owls.
And for Mom, there's owl with little blue things.
Love it. Thank you so much. Thank you, sweetheart.
You're welcome. CJ Knit.
How do you spell that? C-S-E?
S-E-E.
CJ Knit.
Jane, like in Jane from Firefly.
Right.
Jane Cobb.
Thank you,
And
sweetheart.
it's knit.
Oh, that's great. Look at the little owl.
And I'm a frequent flyer there.
Look at the little owl. See the little owl?
She does awesome work. And she's my go-to stitch marker girl. I'm assuming it's a girl.
I think so. These are gorgeous.
But yes, I'm very happy with these.
Thank you very much, Tony. I have stash enhancements. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay.
I knew you'd want the blue ones.
Yes.
So, other stash enhancements. I got, and I'm not going to pull it out right now.
Oh,
but
right.
I have a harness now for my camera. It's the camera. The way the harness works, you can either sit on my shoulder and point the camera down, sit like around here, or sit down here.
On your hip.
Yeah. The whole idea is to be able to make my tutorials a little better without the camera flipping all over the place. So I'm going to play with that, hopefully, for the next pattern that comes out. I just got it the other day. I haven't even attempted to play with it yet.
She just to show me how she can put it on different places. I mean, she can actually put it on the back if she moves her hair.
Yeah.
If we wanted to walk and talk about what we're passing by, you could.
And it has a thing where you can turn the camera, and so it's really nice. So I haven't tried it yet, though. I'll have to let you know what I think about it. Out of frame.
Frame out of.
So I fell in love with these hooks.
They gave me mine back.
The Clover Amore crochet hooks.
They're really nice hooks.
And these are perfect for me.
And the good thing about them is they have the G and the 7. It's really hard to get 7s. I couldn't find
now the
7s.
G is a 4.0, not the 4.25.
Right. I couldn't find the 7s when I was looking for them, like at Knit Picks and stuff like that, except for their Harmony, which is why I have their Harmony wood. It's the only one I have of a hook that's wooden.
Here's the full set that you can get on Amazon.
Yep.
And then I picked up extras of my most used
Right.
hooks. And I picked up a few extra 7s just in case I wanted to use 7s.
Yeah. 7s are nice size. I like them.
So I actually replaced all my hooks in my projects except the one in one of the designs. Because in one of the designs I'm using a 4.25G, and I don't want to switch down to 4.0 in the middle.
Right.
But for everything else that has E's in it, I've switched over to these hooks.
And I'm getting ready to destash my metal hooks as well because I just don't use them anymore. They hurt my hands too much. So I mean they have the metal hook and the part of the shank, but then it's the clover or the crochet dude, because I can't use them and Ty can't use them, so we might as well get rid of them.
Davina might be able to use them. She doesn't crochet quite often enough to hurt her.
Yeah, we might give them to Davina, but I have all different sizes. I have to see. She doesn't use the smaller sizes.
Yeah.
I think she uses no smaller than an F, although sometimes she does hats.
Yeah. This I absolutely love. This is Heidi Undead Yarn's new 4-ply wool base. I forget what kind of wool this is. And it's worsted weight. This is awesome. This is the zombified colorway.
I thought you said they only had that in the quicksand.
No, I just happened to pick the only 2 of the 4-ply.
I thought it was a 4-ply.
Yes, I picked up 2 of this color and 2 of the quicksand, so no one else could get any. Oops.
Oops is a bunny.
So I keep stalking her shop for more of this.
Yeah, I've been stalking your shop.
Not just this colorway. I just like this base a lot too.
Yeah. For toys, Heidi.
Yes, and I am thoroughly enjoying this, but I can't show you what I'm working on with this.
It's really pretty. It works up really pretty.
I just love the way this works.
I'm waiting for her to get.
It's my new favorite.
I'm waiting for her to get her shop updated a little bit after SSK or whatever where she's at, so I can see what she has.
So that's a win, Heidi. You need to keep that base.
Yeah, keep that.
And
one.
it's an awesome price. It's like only $13.
I think it's 15 for that now. I think it's 13 is the.
You might be right. That's 15.
You will
But
hear a
still,
bell.
it's
My
awesome.
husband just walked in. Okay, now. Sorry. We have a sign up, but. All right. So, any other royalties?
Yes. This kind of also goes into what I'm. This
Autobiography.
It goes a little bit into autobiography. So, I am almost done with the 6 Wives of Henry VIII. I'm on the last wife, and that's only about 100 pages. I can easily get 100 pages done soon. So I'm just meeting Catherine Parr. I very much enjoyed this book, and I had a moment of desperation when I realized I might finish this book and not have my next Alison Weir book. And then in the mail, right before the podcast, arrived my next 2 Alison Weir books. Mary, Queen of Scots, is not supposed to arrive till August, so I was like, I can't wait till August. So, I have The Children of Henry VIII and The Wars of the Roses. I'm going to do The Children of Henry VIII first. I think that's a nice one to go right on to after The Wives of Henry VIII. And if I still do not have Mary Queen of Scots, then I'll go into The War of the Roses. Mary Queen of Scots could probably go at any point, though. So I'm kind of Tudor obsessed. I blame Dan. My Goodreads looks like it's a Tudor obsession. My Goodreads.
I'm not up to date on my Goodreads. I need to add. I want to get something about Wyatt Earp because we watched not a great movie, but it made me want to read. Watched Wyatt Earp with Kevin Costner, and it was not the best in terms of language and things like that, but it was an interesting story. Now I want to read about Wyatt Earp and find out what the real story is.
Mm-hmm.
But that's
it for Slash Enhancements for me.
Okay. Autobiography.
Before we go on more to autobiography, you are going to notice, those of you who have bought the Franciscan Gypsy Designs patterns, you're going to notice a couple of updates have gone out. For one thing, I'm only going to be selling the expanded edition now. Having 2 different editions kind of increased my chances for mistakes. I might correct a mistake in one pattern and not correct it in the other. And a lot of people have commented how much they like the expanded edition, where they can check off as they go along. Mm-hmm. So that is going to be the edition that is going out now. And also, I have added to, as a header, as a footer I always have, this is a Franciscan Gypsy Designs pattern, copyrighted, blah, blah, blah. As a header, I will now have on every single page, color A, if we're talking about the turtle, color A, green, color B, black, color, whatever the color is, it'll say what the color is in the picture. It's that you can kind of remember, and maybe if you really wanted to, you could cross it out to be which color you want it to be that you're using. Just as sort of reminder, because I know it can be a pain to flip back
when you have so many pages.
When you have so many pages. So hopefully you'll find that to be a little more helpful.
I know I find that helpful because I was having it constantly. I would end up writing it anyway on the page.
And I work off the Kindle for my toys, so it was actually a pain for me because I don't always remember what the color is.
Right.
So I hope that you guys will find that to be a little more useful.
Okay. All right. Autobiography. Anything?
Well, I will be going to Boston in October. All expenses paid. It was something from... You stashed that?
That says Warren Memorial Hospital's 2015 Plane Tree Caregiver of the Year. So she was a Caregiver of the Year for Warren County's hospital there. And she's going to Boston in October. And there's a really, really nice write-up in there. So we're really proud of her. We're going to drive her up instead of fly her out.
And I will get... It's a conference that they're paying for. But I'll have my evenings to see Boston, which I've never seen.
Yeah.
But what kind of made me laugh is that in that description, when they're saying things that I'm known for, one of the things that they mentioned that I'm known for is my knitting.
Yeah, and in fact, after the thing was over, we took pictures and all that, because I took my camera and everything. And afterward, she's talking to the president of the hospital, and he says, she brought her knitting. How appropriate is that? He thought it was the funniest thing. But anyway, it's quite an honor. We're very proud of her. And, yeah, unfortunately my husband couldn't make it, but Davina and I were there. Davina kept saying, that's my little sister. So she was very proud of her. So we're very excited. And we will try to do the podcast. We'll let you know what's going on for that week. It might be a little bit of an altered schedule, but that's not until October. So
yeah, and it's really quite exciting.
Yes, it is.
Completely unexpected.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, I had the shared story, and I started writing. I did almost 800 words. I was prompting for my percolator group, which I did, and that's about it. Not a whole lot with writing. I have been reading still. I finished my current St. Francis de Sales, and I'm looking into going into another one, or I might take a break and do something else. I haven't decided yet, and I'm well into my second Sherlock Holmes book, so that's good. I'm enjoying that as well. But now, like I said, I kind of want to learn a little about Wyatt Earp. And that's about it for... I did have my biopsy, and I thank you for the people who had asked about the biopsy.
And for those who don't remember or who are new, Mom had several nodules found on her thyroid.
Right. And
around for thyroid.
Right. It's on the outside of the thyroid, and so they scheduled me for biopsy on Thursday, which I had. And the results came in today. Everything was benign, so we're very happy about that. Thank you for your prayers and your thoughts and your good wishes. They were very much appreciated. They made things a lot easier for me, and I'm sure that's part of the reason why everything went as well as it did. They do want to see me yearly have ultrasounds. They don't think I'll need another biopsy, but I could if things change. But at this point in time, everything's fine. It's benign. They can't do anything about it right now. If it gets to be problematic, then we'll think of other options. But I thought you would want to know because people had asked.
And thank you for your prayers.
And we are very grateful. Thank you very much. Okay.
Is that it?
I think that's it. Want to thank Bella Socks for her previous donation that we are going through, and also Maria Wilhelmina's previous and current donation, which are awesome, and to our stash. And we want to thank, we had a shout out from 90% Knitting, who is Lisa who's FiberKnit. Very nice shout out. We had a very nice shout out from Turbo Knitter 64, who of course is our co-host Kenneth. So thank you very much. I think Heidi said something about our cardiac as well this week.
Believe.
I think she
remember.
did.
I think one behind.
Yeah, and if we've forgotten anybody, I've been trying to catch up, so some of them have been blurring. Mm-hmm. If you mentioned us...
Oh, no, I'm not behind on Heidi. But I watched several in a row, so I can't remember.
If you mentioned us and we didn't say anything, we do appreciate it. It's just, I've been binge watching, and some of them are running into others in terms of who said what when. So,
or especially if you're watching a couple of the same one in a row. It's
so,
hard to remember.
So we're very, very grateful for any mentions or shout-outs. We also want to thank Sissy Knitting and Crochet and Nikki 440. I thought there was somebody else who commented on YouTube, but I can't remember. Thank you for the comments on YouTube. We appreciate those. Mm-hmm. And, we thank you for spending time with us today. We hope you have a really wonderful week, and we hope you come back next week. And if you're in the shadows, please do join us officially. We'd love to have you. What am I doing?
I have no idea. You have the longest farewells ever.
Yes, I do, because it's what I do. It's my big thing. This is Pen Hook and Neil's podcast. We hope you have a wonderful, blessed weekend full of every good thing, because she interrupted me. Full of every blessed thing, and this is Pen Hook and Neil's podcast, episode 164, and that's a wrap.